Hey everybody, so today should be a lot easier than yesterday because all we have to move over is the delete mesh, and that should be it. And I think that finishes up like the whole service updates for the meshes. And then there's only one more thing I want to do on the meshes before I move on to the next thing, which I probably is camera. Um, Although I can't think of anything I want to do. Oh yeah, I do. I remember something I want to do in camera. Um, I want to. It currently has two types. I want to merge them into one and just deal with that now. Uh, but anyways, so I did misspeak yesterday. These two, both of these two, need to move over into the delete meshes. So, um, but basically everything else needs to stay over here because everything else is interacting with stuff outside of the meshes. So basically, I'm just gonna just stay with the pattern and just copy this whole delete mesh over, and then put that in there. And then I'm just going to assume that, well, no, I'm not. I'm just going to go like this. So I'm just going to get rid of this guy. I'm going to take these two and this guy here. Oh, I'm going to get rid of that extra mesh service. And I'm going to get rid of this extra mesh service. And that is that. And then I guess there's no real good reason for this white space here. And let's go ahead and get rid of that over there. Okay, so we definitely don't want to do this here. And we don't want to do this. And we don't want to do this. We don't want to do this. And then basically over here, go back, get that up again. Over here, go ahead and close that back down again. This dot mesh service dot delete mesh, and we send it the ID. And then basically these two go away. No. I guess just, yeah, these two go away. And that is it. I think we're done. Let's just make sure everything still works. It compiled, so that's a good sign. I feel pretty good about this one. Show edit work. And then mesh service. Go ahead and change it to a text. Change its height to 0.1. I'm actually gonna miss working on meshes. It's been nice. The you know, I learned a lot, and I think these meshes are going to come in really handy in the like in the near future because what's I think is going to be happening. So as the meshes get more complex, this will be a great reference because we can actually look at like how these circles are made, how these shapes are made, and how this all of these separate little meshes have all been combined into one. So I think that's going to be very, very useful in the future when uh, I start to level up the meshes to be able to do more stuff. That is a ways away. I definitely want to have import export working before I go down that road, and I definitely want to have. And there's a lot of other steps that need to happen before import export is really feasible. Um, but that looks like that's about it. That was a very easy thing. We just added one line in here, deleted two there, that there. so our mesh service is 316, 300, really 315 lines long. I wonder if that, yeah, it's, and then the actual ThreeJS service is 634 lines. Yeah, so all that's really, or so what's left, one last thing I want to do in mesh interfaces is to delete these two from the mesh interface. In my mind, what that means is that this form basically keeps a reference, uses a reference that's kept in this object. And I think the only place that it's going to break will be in this form, and then or in this component, in the mesh manager component. And basically all I'll need to do is create a dictionary that keeps track of all that stuff. That's what I believe is going to happen. A lot of times what is floating around in my head is not actually accurate. So, that is a possibility. And then last but not least, and then we'll move on to camera. Camera just has some maintenance, so nothing too exciting in camera. I just want to make the camera interfaces. Right now we have this orthographic interface and perspective camera interface. I swear I definitely am wondering, do I just want to get rid of orthographic? I don't know. It's like if I take a mesh and let's say I added a new mesh and I put it behind it, let's say like -3, and then let's say I make it red. Okay, so was that -3 or positive? Mesh is -4. It's kind of weird because the other mesh should be in front of it. So if it's orthographic camera, if I remove the orthographic, oh, what? Mesh. Oh, wrong one. So this one's supposed to be 0, and this is supposed to be -4. And I changed I should have noticed when the wrong one changed colors. But so right now we are orthographic, and then see how basically the main difference is that, and I have no idea why you would ever want that in a million years. I just don't get it. So I'm slightly tempted to abandon orthographic, but I'm sure in the future I'll want some sort of reality check on what in the world orthographic even is. And it'll be nice to just be able to say, okay, this is what orthographic is. Because honestly, it just makes no sense. And when you read what it is, it doesn't make any sense. And, so anyways, that's that. That was a pretty short video, 8 minutes, 34 seconds. So just a quick update on the who visits. For the first time ever, for the last 7 days, the United States has been wiped off the map. 4.1% India, so India's back in the lead. Thank you guys. And then 3.6 for Bhutan, and then New Zealand's 2.7. No U.S. I guess they only show you your top 3, because I'm sure there's at least 1% top 3. Although there was some kind of crazy stuff that happened. Like I said, today is July 15th for me. So some crazy stuff happened in the U.S. today. So maybe everybody, wasn't searching on code stuff, because it was actually a pretty crazy day. But yeah, so if you go back 28 days, India's just got a huge lead, and then the U.S. has got a little lead, and Bhutan is on there, and then New Zealand is on there. So no, I guess it will show 4 of them. So, but that was the last 7 days, and the crazy thing happened yesterday. So I don't know. And then last 90 days, We got India #1, United States #2, Bhutan #3, Madagascar tied for #3, and Brazil. So I don't know where my Brazilian friends and my Madagascar friends went. Um, but I'm glad to have my new Kiwi friends. So that's fun. Um, and I am up to, let's see, overview. No. Oh yeah, that showed it. I'm up to 89 uh, subscribers. So like yesterday I jumped up 2, so that means I'm getting very, very close to 100, which is pretty neat. I think I don't know because I should put this application out somewhere so other people can play with it. But I kind of had like this thing where I was like, I'm not going to put it out there until someone at least asks for me to put it up there. But now I think if I get to when I get to 500 subscribers, I'll make the application. I'll build out the application and throw it to some URL so everyone can play with it. But yeah, no, it's really cool. 89 subscribers, and the growth rate of subscribers is really grown. Our analytics, um, it's the this is per day, and it's in the last 28 days. But like if we look at like the last 90 days, actually I had some pretty good days, individual days, uh, way back. And let's see, let's go back 365 days. Yeah, so kind of first, I have a feeling this one's probably my wife, and then yeah, a couple here and there. Um, gosh, let's see, what is this one? I don't know. This isn't 5. Yeah, so my record day was back last March. I got 5 people. Um, oh, April 1st. Oh, on April Fool's Day. So, anyways, yeah, so up to 89. It should be 100 soon. It's really neat. Anyways, happy coding, everybody. Bye. Bye. Well, actually, let me get to my application view. There we go. Bye.